I know some of you was wanting some more videos on the dyno. Wife tried to go live, didn't work out. Internet wasn't very, Wi-Fi wasn't very good where we were at, the connection. Also, cell phone service wasn't the best, so we couldn't get you guys really any videos of it. I did put them on there, but it was really crappy quality, so I took them off and put them on private. And I might try to cut them, do a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know. I figured I'd show you guys these, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're going to try to do with these and what we got at the dyno. I have the sheet, so it's just as good as watching the video in my opinion. But maybe not, but I just had other things in my mind, guys. Let me show you a few things here. Hola. Happy birthday, boy. Happy birthday. He's 12 today. It's pretty hot out. I've been trying to get him to go in, but he don't want to go in. He's like me, he's old and stubborn. You good boy, huh? Happy birthday, buddy. Alright guys, everything seems good on it with the car, so that's always a plus, right? Went to the dyno, as everyone knows. I think I said about it earlier in this video. We had a pretty good day at the dyno. Everything went good, nothing went wrong. Car went into gear good, all the gears, so that was freaking plus. No clutch slip, no anything goofiness, you know what I mean? So it's always a plus when that everything goes well, and it did go well. So there's other people that claim they made more than me. I've looked for 3 or 4 days, never found a dyno sheet yet. If anybody can find the dyno sheets, send them to me on Instagram, because I'd like to see them. Or if you actually know someone that did it and still has their dyno sheets, I'd like to see them. Without the dyno sheets, it didn't exist to me. It never happened. Same way with like slips or anything. If you don't have that kind of stuff, proof of it, yeah, I don't believe it. There's a lot of people claimed a lot of stuff. There's write-ups all over the forums about 425 and horsepower, like upwards of like 380, 390 torque, and some Tiger Lily pistons upgrades. They were junk pistons to begin with, but they were better than the cast piston that we have. They were still a cast piston, but they were like an upgrade. Those upwards of like 525 on stock rods, and they hit 450. They blew them up, sent the rods to the block, which I pretty much knew that 450 was our limits on the rods. It's been pretty well known for a long time in the Hyundai community. 450 is the limit on the rods, but I've never seen anybody actually take it to that with a stock piston, but they have with the Tiger Lilies, and found out that was the issue, was the rod at 450. So I always kind of knew to stay away from 450 with it, and I've always been concerned about the torque numbers, because torque numbers is what's going to bend the rod, throw the rod, mess up the bearings, things of that nature, transmission, everything. But so we took all that in consideration, and we did, that's our graph. And then that's our base pull. After the head gasket, we killed 12 torque, because we did make 330, and well, this was on 13 pounds, and yeah, it was 13 pounds, and it still made 297, which is what it made at the dyno the last time. So that means the head was flowing good. And as you can tell, horsepower comes up, 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 and it keeps going. It hasn't plateaued yet. We just kept shutting her down at like 65. We did go to 75, make sure everything was all clean. I don't have a printout of that. This is just the final printout. So then we made, 387 horsepower and 346 torque. And as of right now, 353 or something like that was the highest horsepower I've been able to find anywhere on a 2.0 stock bottom end. I do have the built head, but that's mainly only making the engine more efficient. So I mean that helps. And I did it on 19 pounds, where a lot of other people did it on a lot more. There was a guy in PR that did 426, but it was a 1.8, and I've been hearing that was actually a build head. I talked to the tuner, he said it was all stock, but a lot of people from Puerto Rico have been telling me that the Guacamoli's head was built, so I'm starting to believe it was built, and that's why they were able to produce the same numbers with a little higher numbers with about the same amount of torque, but they made 426 on a 1.8, but the 1.8s come a lot less compression, and the 1.8 pistons and rods are already pretty much known to hold a little bit more power because they're capable of 450 in a 2.0 block, because they cut the compression, but also because the piston's a little bit stronger, and so is the rod. A lot of people claim these are better, but I would like to put a 1.8 in sometime, which we got one in the other car out there, and see what it does, you know what I mean? And put a gasket on it, and it would bring it down to about what a 1.8 would be in one of these. It would probably make over 450, I'm thinking. I could be wrong, though. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad experiment, but I'm not into, like, fucking up my build head. But as far as I know, guys, this thing's got the most horsepower there is on a stock bottom end. I mean, people can claim some guy made whatever 10 plus fucking years ago and wrote a write-up about it and how he did it. That's, anybody can write a write-up. That's like going to the wiki page, you know what I mean, and believing everything that's on wiki. Anybody can write on wiki, you know what I mean? So without these, without your damn name beside it, if you don't even have your name beside it, I'm not going to take it into consideration. I mean, hell, you could pull a dyno sheet off your Camaro or something and try to tell me it's your Hyundai Beta, I just don't think there's anybody that's ever said hell with it and pushed it that far. Maybe in Korea, but I seriously fucking doubt it, dude. They built them. Most of their cars are over there are pretty much built. They could have. Who knows? Most people go straight to the 1.8 pistons to make right around 400 to 450 reliably. We did make 400, guys. I mean, it says 387. We pulled 1 degree of timing out, and that's how much timing it likes timing. Makes about 13. Each time we kept putting timing in, it was making about 13 more horsepower. And if you're making 13 more horsepower but putting more and more timing in it, that's a good thing. It means everything's efficient, everything's running. Fuel's doing what it's supposed to do. But the bad thing is we're in a gray area here. We're kind of in like no man's land, because I'm telling you, no one's ever done this. And if they have done it, they're a mystery in a box somewhere, because there's no dyno sheets to say that they have, no proof to say that they have. So I mean, I just don't understand why you would have the highest horsepower stock bottom end Honda and not keep your damn dyno sheets, or show your dyno sheets to people. That don't make no sense. I mean, I like to race, and I'm even showing you my damn dyno sheets. That's the true number, you know what I mean? I'm not exaggerating. It don't make no more, don't make no less. That's what it makes. I can turn it down anytime I feel like it. So, I mean, down to like 14 PSI where we started at, and that's 297, 318 torque. And with the slicks, I wouldn't mind seeing what we can get with the original number and a little less torque. it'd be pretty cool to see what we get, and then turn it up, turn it up, and turn it up until we get to our 19 again. I didn't hook this up, wasn't no use in it. So we're just using the manual, and I'll just count the clicks backwards, and I'll count the clicks forwards. Just keep a little mental note and maybe a little pad in my car. With my mind, it just ain't been there lately. A lot of things going on. Yeah, so I mean, you guys can search, and if you guys can find one higher than mine, 2.0 stock bottom end. If you guys can find one higher than, with a dyno sheet and the guy's name on it, you know what I mean? I'll take it in. Definitely would say I don't have the highest, but as of right now, I'm just I have the highest. If anybody can find a dyno sheet of a stock bottom end, like I keep repeating myself, prove me wrong then. But as of right now, I've tried to prove myself wrong, and I've asked other people to prove me wrong, and they keep claiming that there is, and they sent me a write-up of a guy that claimed 425 and 390 torque. He just had a write-up. I kind of believe a little bit of that write-up because he had similar numbers with E85 because he was putting in every 2 degrees of timing. He was netting 20 horsepower and 18. So we were making 3 more per every than he was every timing. But like I said, we brought it back. We took timing out at the top, cut her down to 387. We put fuel right here where the torque curve comes in like a monster at almost 350. Splash some fuel in there to try to keep everything safe because it's uncharted territories. No one's done this shit. If they did, they would have write-ups on it, If they wrote write-ups on how much horsepower they made, but they didn't tell you like what was done to the engine, nothing like that. Like just they claim just stock, you know what I mean? They don't tell you if they got an air ram. They don't tell you if they got bolt-ons. None of that shit. To me, it just seems like people just trying to get attention, and I made this much horsepower. I don't know. But so far, I'm the only guy that's proven that he has made 387. I had the 400. I should have got the dyno sheet printed out on that. We did do the 400. But that's not where it's at. So that's the final dyno sheet, and that's the number we're staying with. So, and it does say 14 PSI there, but we did make 19 PSI. And we put the decompression head gasket on it to try to help it live. Because with this head, if you guys remember, it was decked to hell and back. It's got oversized valves, springs and retainers, but it has the 1.8 intake cam. So I got a 240 lift and a 236 lift. So it needs cams. If we had cams, we'd run it out farther. But what I'm thinking the ticket is to keep this thing alive is probably maybe not run it out as far as I was. Run it out to maybe 6,500. And then fourth gear, I'll just run it out to wherever in the quarter. But yeah, I think we'll do pretty good in the quarter. I'm 100% no one's ever ran 11-second pass on a stock bottom end engine as well. You look for 11-second Hyundai passes. There's a bunch of places that have records where you can put your records for different cars, so other people can see who's faster than them. And the only one that's on there is my car and maybe 2 other betas, and none of those betas are in the 11s with stock engines. There's one built. There was one built one, and it ran 11 something. So 11.7, I think. I'm not sure what mile an hour we'll get out of it. It'd be nice if we can get upwards of, say, 125. If we can get upwards of 120 to 125, that could possibly get us into 10s if we get everything right. But it should get us into 11s. I would have thought a lot of people that know this build and follow this build that actually follow me on my Facebook and a few other things would have had a little bit better to say to it, but most of them say it's going to blow. Just like the YouTube people. They say it will blow. This one's made it so far. We hammered the shit out of it on the dyno. We hammered the hell out of it on the way home. Gave the sauce to a couple Camaros on the way home. It was pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, they also told me it will never run. People in the Hyundai community say it won't run 11s. It won't do this and it won't do that. And remember, guys, this is on a Megascore 1. Can you imagine if I had the Megascore 3X in here like I should have? It's just sitting in the house. I need to get wired up for this. We'd have so much more control over this. We could put on so many safety features. Right now, we're just like living on the edge of the gray area because we don't know if it'll live. We don't know. I mean, no one knows. I mean, everyone keeps telling me it won't, but no one's ever showed proof that they've ever went that far and how long they did it. So, I mean, they told me last year it wouldn't live, and we beat the hell out of it for 6,000 miles. Beat the living shit out of this thing. And a lot of times this thing was running 18 pounds of boost at like 12.6 AFRs, guys. I mean, you want to talk about fucking lean. And this year we put the fuel to it. And the Megascore was screwing up last year and during the tune, and I think that's why the tune was way off the way it was, and we were really leaning this car up last year, big time. And this year, I was leaning it up at the track. Oh my God, dude, it was bad lean. Now it was even leaner after we put this on it. And I was beating the shit out of it like that. So, and you're talking 330 foot-pounds of torque. It's got 20 more torque. Torque's what really kills an engine out. Really kills an engine. Not the horsepower, it's the torque. Same with the clutch. Torque kills it. Transmissions, torque kills it. It's not really horsepower, it's torque. But we tried to kill the torque as best we could, and we did a pretty good job. Basically, we made 100 more horsepower, a little less than that, but 13 freaking horsepower off from making 100 more than we did last year. And we were running 12.9 on a street tire. And how these people don't think it'll hit 11s, I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll have a bunch of issues and I'll never get there. But I'm not going to blame the issues on not getting there. Like the transmission and the things of that nature. I'm not going to blame that on it. It's just some of this shit is tired. I mean, this engine, guys, if you've been following me, this engine's been through shit. We've had spark plugs blow off in this cylinder and this cylinder. We've had every cylinder full of fuel, hydro locked, nitrous lean cuts, full 125 shot of nitrous on this damn thing, multiple times. There's probably been over 120 bottles ran through this thing. Couple $1,000s worth of nitrous ran through this motor. Supercharger's been on it. Turbocharger now. I mean, this engine's been through shit. And remember, this is the original engine to the car. It's got 122,000 miles on it now, 121,000, somewhere like that. Oh my God. I mean, how many other cars do you know can do it? I don't know any. Other than a Ford G63, really. And I've had those blow up before that and never take the abuses this has by messing up. You know, I've never had a 4G blow up from, really from boost, mainly from long amount of miles and, getting tired. And that's what I'm scared this is. But at the end of the day, put a decompression head gasket and a billet head back on it and it still made 297. But it was just efficient. Now, so it was still making the same amount of power. One less PSI, guys. So, and it proved to you that it was lean as shit up top, and I was running it out to 7,200 with no fucks given. He stopped at 56. And I turned this thing up at the track a little bit. And when I roll race, I turn it up. So, I just don't think that it's going to go on me. I really don't think it does. I mean, cross your fingers, knock on wood. But I think she'll stay alive and do well. It's a long ramble for no reason, but next quest is 11s. We hit the 400. I know it don't say it. I know it don't say it, but I hit the 400. 13 off still. That's all I'm off. Was 13 now, but that was to try to make it survive up top. We put some timing, took some timing out, splashed some fuel in. We're on the big torque curve here, and as you can see, it carries that torque curve out. Last year it did not carry it out. It just dropped clear off. I think right here we got a little, yeah, right there. See how it just dropped clear off, guys? And that was the horsepower last year. Oh, wait a minute. That's all the torque. That's all the torque right there. That was kind of some overlays of, this is the original one, and this is what it's doing now. This was my original. See how it, and then when we got it all done, yeah, you guys probably can't even see it. It went like this. But I don't know. Not too many was people in the Hyundai world was even impressed with it. They were like, it's been done before, and been done before with no dyno numbers. It's kind of fucked up. But hey, I guess that's what it is. I'd be jealous too if fucking my built engine made less than my stock one did.